Greetings, salutations, and other big words. My name's Ethan. My handle is Wrangler. Welcome to Frequency Studios, weekly Wing It number 108 here on Rumble and YouTube. And starting off with me tonight is Mr. Frederick Guimond.
Hey, how you doing? Coming to you live from above beyond the ice wall here in Quebec, where it's pretty cold, but it's not snowing. And yeah, I'm almost done with a page, getting ready to start another one. How you doing, Wrangler?
All right, let's take a look at that page.
Yeah, so let me
Zoom and enhance.
bring it in. Yeah, I can zoom in a little bit. This is a scene following our hero Rattel fighting the Tiger Twins, and they're in the middle of a, what do you call it, a sort of fire escape. Is that, what's the term? Back alley fire escape. And then they throw him inside of a room, like basically through the window inside an apartment, where he tries to get out, and he's like interrupting a couple here on his way out.
Of course.
A little bit of levity.
Isn't that always the timing?
That always happens, you know. Trying to have a romantic time with your girlfriend, and a superhero comes in, breaks the window.
Hey, fight crime somewhere else.
You gotta go where the crime is.
That's right. Joining us in the chat, we got Fu Man Blue. What's going on? He says, "Hail, Wing Nuts."
How'd he do, Fu Man
Also,
Blue?
we got Animation Overload. What's going on, man? Good to see you guys tonight.
How'd you do, Animation? What you up to?
Yeah, so I should have those to put the show on camera. Hang on. I will be right back.
And while you're doing that, I'll get working on the details. Finishing up the final little touches here. And we're going to start another one really soon. Got the thumbnails ready for the other one, too.
I got this awesome package from you today.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea the size these things would be. This is awesome.
They're done 8x17. 8x17, so they're, you know, look pretty good. If you frame it and put it in on a hallway in your home, it'll look pretty good. And that's the original one, Sabrina. Yeah, she's got a lot of action, a lot of thrust. Are we allowed to say that?
I guess. Also, you sent me these little goodies here.
Oh yeah, the extras. It looks great.
A holographic sticker.
See, he's got lasers coming out of his eyes.
The lasers. Oh, now I got to hit the button. I'm barely into the show, and you already got me doing this.
Jewish space laser.
Right out of the eyes. And I love this.
Little card, man. I'm really loving it. Really loving it.
Character stats in the back and a bio blurb.
It's based off of those old Marvel cards. I really loved those when I was a kid, and I thought it would be so cool to have them along with the characters in the story.
Yeah, me too. I used to collect them as well. I probably gave them away or something. I don't know.
I still have a binder full, but there was water damage, and basically we were inundated in my home. So a lot of the cards I can't take out of the plastic. They're like permanently stuck there, but they look good inside the binder, but you can't remove them. They're permanently stuck, and they will rip to shreds if you try to take them out, unfortunately.
Yeah. Now my brother, back in the 70s, my older brother had quite the baseball card collection.
Dude,
that would be worth quite a bit now. Our house got hit by a tornado. We found those cards still in their boxes on the other side of the pond.
Really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, they were all destroyed. They were just soaked.
Oh, water damage.
Yeah.
I found a box of hockey cards in my parents' what do you, the opposite of basement?
Attic.
Attic. Thank you. From when I was a kid, like I was never really into hockey, but I was into card collecting, and I started collecting a whole series of hockey cards. And I left them there, but I'm thinking, I wonder if any of those are worth anything. Probably just like a couple of bucks or something, you know. There was a lot of collecting back then, so it wasn't rare. Like they're not really rare.
Yeah, if they're in good shape, they're probably worth preserving. I mean, it's like every little thing is a bit of a time capsule unto itself.
That's true.
Yeah, so Animation Overload says he's just drawing a bit. So he's right there with you, Frederick.
Awesome, man.
So I been hearing over the last week that some folks aren't too thrilled with the whole Marvel Rivals thing. Something about character designs being too objectified.
Yeah, man. The Chinese as well. Like, it's a Chinese company that's producing Marvel Rivals, and they're doing what the fans want. Like, this is having a lot of success. People are like the consumers, the players, the gamers are loving it. It's the journalists that are complaining, from what I hear.
I don't know that it's like a whole bunch of journalists all over the place. I think it's one or two people, and it just went viral for being so out of touch with where the culture's shifting to. Welcome, James.
Hey,
the bestest
James.
space pug ever.
Space Pug.
And you're on mute.
Hello, friends. How goes?
All right, how you been?
I am all right. I'm all right. Audio is unfortunately coming through the wrong port. I have no idea why it does that, but a few clicks later, that should be better.
You're sounding good.
Yeah, you
you're
sound
sounding
good.
all right.
Oh, no, it was like your audio is coming through the wrong port.
Yeah, I mean, dogs aren't even supposed to talk, so.
Well, maybe on your planet, my friend. But on Pugtopia, things are different.
Are you calling in from Pugtopia?
No, I'm calling in near the fires of California.
Oh no, I think you're safer in Pugtopia.
Fires mean different things on different planets.
Damn. Yeah. So are you? You're.
So I heard a rumor talking about other planets that Earth is the only planet where you see fire.
Really? So if we go to Mars, we can't see fire?
You won't have a fire on Mars because the atmosphere isn't quite right. Out of all the planets, it seems like Earth is the only one we're aware of where you can actually have an open flame.
Oh, interesting. So what you're saying is
I don't know how true that is.
Never mind. What did I disturb when I came in here?
We were talking.
We were talking about Marvel Rivals.
Yeah,
apparently
Marvel
some people are
Rivals.
unhappy with the character designs.
Some people are what?
Skunks.
The woke people don't like the sexy superheroes.
Okay. I heard that they banned something in the game. They're banning people for mentioning Winnie the Pooh. Because,
Wait,
now
we're
they're a Chinese game.
Now
Oh, a
we're
mod
banned in
was
China.
banned.
Yeah, there you go. The mod.
A
Yeah,
mod?
they banned the mod.
Yeah, a mod was banned. Somebody made a mod putting President Trump's head on Captain America's body, and the mod got banned from the server that was hosting mods.
Yeah.
They said they wanted no political figures involved.
I'm sure it's the right ones these days.
Right.
Yeah.
I say let's go the other way. I want to see a mod where you can have all the past presidents swap their heads out on the Captain America body. That'd be hilarious. It would look like a bank robbery with all the different presidents running around.
I'll give it to the guys at Overkill Studios who made Payday 2. Whenever there was a new president elected, they'd release a new mask with his face on it. So. Yeah, that one was pretty fun. That he robbed the bank as a president.
What wasn't that in Point Break? I think.
No, Dead Presidents, I believe that's what you're thinking of. The one where they're no, wait, yes, Point Break. They had different president masks. I got it mixed up with Dead Presidents, which was another bank robbery movie from the 90s. They were a thing, bank robbery movies.
Yeah, some of them were really good. I mean, isn't one of the Batman
Banditas?
movies starts with bank robbery?
Anybody ever see Banditas with Salma Hayek and Penelope Cruz?
I saw the poster, and I owned it on DVD, but I never saw it.
Make me want to see it right now.
I mean, it's just a bunch of hot chicks. I was like, look at those hot chicks. I'll get around to that.
James,
movie.
I already said I wanted to see it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to sell it to me anymore.
I wasn't selling it to you, just describing the movie.
Sounds cool.
Animation Overload's got the next big video game right here. A political fighting game, Presidential Punch-Out.
Oh, that'd be good, man. You select your president, and then you kick the living bejesus out of your opponent. It's like it would be like an election ring with the official seal, and you're like, for this next year 4-year term, let's go, ding ding.
Why don't we add all famous presidential contendants, like people who are running for office?
Those would be add-ons. Like you'd have to pay for those. Like you.
I'd say you would have to fight those first. You fight the losers first,
Downloadable content.
and then you fight a president as like a mini boss or a boss. Like,
Yes.
oh shit,
Yeah,
boss fight.
because they already won their own elections. So
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
final bosses type of thing.
Well,
Final
now
boss.
I'm envisioning Nintendo's Punch-Out, and pretty much instead of like going through a boxing circuit, he goes through a world circuit similar to Street Fighter, but every country he goes to, whoever's the world leader of that country at that time, their head is on the opponent.
Yeah, might start a war, but yeah, we can do it.
It's just, that wouldn't offend anybody. No.
That's one thing if you do it in the United States with just our leaders, we'd be
Well,
all right. But
we could have the president of China fighting Winnie the Pooh,
yeah,
and then you find
Yeah,
out it's
exactly.
actually just a mirror.
he definitely get upset over that.
You think?
Maybe we should have a president of Winnie the Pooh, president of China simulator. You play Winnie the Pooh as a president of China.
Skunk says he has a similar idea. He's been sitting on it for about 2 years. Each state is a stage.
Oh yeah, you'd have like either Democratic or Republican advantage in certain states. You know.
What us just sitting here joking about political figure fighting game, and we end up starting an international incident. Oops.
Well, only if you start bringing in other countries where they where their natural tendency is to just be dictatorial about things, like on Mars
Like Canada.
and Canada. Mars and Canada, very dictatorial.
Oh,
But here's the
tell me
thing: you can make them all playable characters.
That wouldn't like dissuade them. That'd probably piss off a few of them even more.
You could have like special
Espe-
moves.
Especially when you play against them online, you kick the crap out of them with their own character.
Exactly. The Congo would go to war over this one. Once they're already done with their current wars.
So here's the character design for Sue Storm in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Very true to comic book origin. But I think the one that people are having a problem with is her alter ego. Alter ego.
An alter
Very-
Alter ego.
Alto eager.
Her alter ego, yeah. Her alter ego, Malice. And I heard
I never knew she had an alter ego.
Maji!
Hello. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, how
Hey.
you doing, Maji?
Good to see you. How you been?
The sandwich has been eaten by a pug.
Well, you know, I'm transformed
Oh, you've evolved to a higher life being?
See, we
for
left it.
now.
When you leave your sandwich in the fridge too long, it turns into a pug eventually.
The
Is
living
that how
descendant.
those things came into existence?
Yeah, you know those girls that have lots of pugs. It's don't clean the fridge out very much.
Well,
You know, I believe that.
dark.
Skunk says Maji Blue.
Aji Blue! Hey! Oh, I got something I gotta show off to you guys. Hi, animation! Sorry, it's been a while.
You got something to show off?
I got something to show off, but we could talk about Marvels first.
So now people are discussing whether or not this is a good costume change, right? Or is it the
She
alter
kind of
ego?
looks badass.
Yeah, the Alto Eager is awesome.
The Alto Eager. I'm going to hear that forever now.
I love it. It's one of those internet mistakes that makes it cooler. But I don't really have an issue with the main costume. I don't know. I've seen Marvel do way worse. I don't even see an issue with that one.
Is this like? This isn't like an astroturfing, is it?
No, I think it's like one of her.
No, I mean like people just faking to be upset for publicity or something.
No, I think it was one or two people who put an opinion out there that it's been more laughed at than nobody's carrying the torch for this.
Okay, so it's not even a thing.
Yeah, it's more funny than anything. You know, it's the usual complaining about the male gaze, which I still don't understand that the male gaze aren't interested in chicks, so they can calm down.
Okay.
But
Makes no
Um,
sense.
Was it just a Twitter post then? Because we could just.
I don't know, because I spent about 20 minutes before the show started looking for the
All right.
article and I couldn't even find it. But people have been talking about it all over YouTube. I think it probably was a post rather than an article.
Probably a slow YouTube day for drama. Like, let's
No,
go ahead and pull this article out of nowhere.
This has been going around for like the last week. I'm late to the party on this, but I just thought it was kind of funny. It was like we actually have some characters who look true to form, and people want to go, that doesn't look like me.
So here's my take on this bullshit, being a female perspective here. I like guys. No secret, I like guys. However, if I'm gonna play a female character, I want them to look like a sexy bombshell. I do not want them to look like a man.
Okay, I changed my
Sam.
mind. There's something I don't like about this costume. It's the uniboob. They got these modern uniboobs now.
Yeah, that's stupid. I'm sorry. If I'm gonna be playing a female character, okay, here. Let me show you right here. I mean, like I said, I'm into men. I'm not into females. Guess what? This is my character design for Throne and Liberty. Let me turn on my camera here.
You have the screen.
See? Look at that. Isn't she a sexy bombshell? Here, I'll log out too so you can see her face better. I want my women to look like women. If I'm going to play a female character, damn it, they're going to look like women. Isn't she pretty? I think she's pretty.
I mean, it's
She's
definitely a
alright.
woman.
Definitely doesn't look like a freaking man in a dress. It's the only outfit I have that I actually like. Little too revealing for my likings, but guess what? I still play a bombshell.
As you should.
I mean, this outfit looks cool on her too. This is probably like the this is if I had the Lucent, but I don't want to pay the money for it. But she still looks like a woman, doesn't she?
100%.
Yeah, she does.
She's got boob armor.
That's yeah. See, she's got the boob armor. Koreans know how to do it, right?
Skunks asked, what's Throne and Liberty?
Throne and Liberty is a Korean. I have this outfit. This outfit's kind of cute, actually.
Oh, that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, I like one I really like is Stage 3, but I don't want to. Once again, don't want to pay money for it. But
Yeah.
see, isn't that cute? Looks
Yeah,
like,
like-
a little.
Matching gloves there.
But Throne and Liberty is a free-to-play Korean MMO. You can actually play the game and earn Lucent, which is the game's money currency. In fact, actually, I think I just got some. Here, yeah. So you can actually earn in-game currency that's used for real-world application. So if I wanted to, I could buy one of the skins in the shop without actually having to spend money. So like this is my mount. It is kind of a PvP game. A lot of player versus player. There is some PvE, but this game is very, very PvP focused. In fact, the next event is all guild events, player events. But I just wanted to make that argument. Windows, Mac, PlayStation, Xbox. It's across all consoles, basically Steam and console stores. So it is weird to get used to. Like when you first level the character, level 1 through 50, the controls are very wonky for PlayStation. I don't know about PC.
Yeah.
But once you get past your level, because once you hit level 50, you're pretty much able to play the whole game. It becomes quite fun. I think it's fun. But like I said, the controls are kind of wonky. It's not for everyone. A lot of people quit because they can't stand the controls. But, sorry, we were talking this game, and I'm sorry. You guys see, my female character looks like a female character. I designed it.
I've heard of those.
She doesn't look like a fat, chubby man like they did to Aloy. That is.
No,
I'm
always
Yeah.
a proponent of main characters being aspirational.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
cannot.
if you want to have a chubby character,
Aloy. I was
Yeah.
so mad that they turned her into a fat, chubby man that's a lesbian.
yeah, the fact that they deliberately downgraded her is. I mean, if they started her off looking like that, and as the adventure went on, she was becoming more fit and toned, that would be a cool effect, I think. Like,
But no, she was
but that's not what they're
absolutely
doing.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't see that happening in games anymore. Like,
Mhm.
if you're ugly, it's because you're ugly. It's like, what happened to the aspirational aspect? What happened to playing a character where you go, you know what? I need to hit the gym, you know? Something that like gets the blood flowing and gets you pumped up and want to be healthier. Something that motivates you.
Well, okay, so like this, to kind of go into Throne and Liberty just a little. I didn't mean to turn it into Throne and Liberty.
Oh, no,
So
that's no
your
problem.
weapon combos decide your class. So I have technically 2 classes. My PvP is a Templar, which is a wand sword and board. So I heal and buff the group, and am an obnoxious little tank asshole. But my favorite class is the Invoker class, which is wand and staff. But the strongest, I think, is the spear and dagger, but that just takes way too much mana. But my build is a support build. She's designed to support a group in large scale. Sorry, we could go back to my rivals. That is the one thing I hate, that argument. Oh, she doesn't look like a real woman. Please, I'm sorry, Wrangler. Like I said, if I want my muscle-toned, good-looking hottie of a male, damn it, guys can have their sexy bombshell eye candy of a female. It's only a fair trade-off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's only fair.
It is only fair. I want my men to look good. Why can't the females look good?
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like just somebody said something on the internet and people got upset over it, because it's like, you know, kind of a nothing opinion from some rando article. It seems. I don't know. That's where it came from, was an article, right?
Yeah, and I couldn't even find it. I was looking for it before the show started because I've been hearing YouTubers talk about it all week long while I'm driving around at work. And so I just went in the search engine, was trying to find the article and couldn't. But I think it's good to see that the character designs overall from this game, people are quite pleased with. And people are having a blast with this game from what I hear. I have not played it yet. But
Okay, so I know quite a few people that have played the game. They like the game. It is fun. However, it is not optimized very well, and so it actually does work your PC. Like if you're playing on Steam or PC, it does work like your fans and stuff. That something went wrong with the optimization, and so it like makes your PC run like double overtime to play the game. But I know quite a few people that are enjoying the game itself, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Readout says, because it's the decay of Western civilization, where's the aspiration? Where's the desire to innovate? Are we really going to say humanity has conquered every frontier? No, we have not.
Well, it is
It's they've been trying to degrade our culture for a long time. The culture is finally starting to get past that, I think.
I think the culture's
Come back to-
healing.
Yeah.
I think we held on just long enough in the culture war that society is saying that enough is enough.
Thankfully.
Yeah. But I'd be weary with games for a little while because it seems like pretty much a large segment of what's left of the games out there pretty much ran by China. And I wouldn't be surprised if it came out sooner or later there was some like malware installed at the back end of a lot of their software.
They're mining cryptocurrencies with your GPU while you're playing.
Skunk says, yeah, same. I've heard many good things about this game. And the Hedge says, I might jump in on
Hey,
in a few
Herman.
minutes. That'd be cool. Be good to see you.
How have you been? I've been worried about you, dude.
Who says, I've been playing Rivals a lot. It's fun. No performance issues on 1019 machine.
That's a 1019.
And then he corrected 2019. I think my computer also is a 2019, but it's hurting. It really is. It was meant to be a little office document laptop, and I've been using it for streaming and making video editing, and yeah, it's tired.
Yeah,
Herman
my
says
poor
he will reveal all.
Paul. Hey, as long as you're getting better, man.
Please don't reveal all like Kahuna would.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've all seen a little too much Akuna.
I'm just grateful he never dropped the phone in the shower while live. Yeah, but I guess it was more a matter of the Malice costume. I think that they were pitching a fit over this one
I don't know why.
she's
It
showing
looks
too much
cool.
skin. But at least they look like ladies, which is more I can say for a lot of games coming out right now.
I don't know. For a villain is a style, I think it looks badass.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, she looks classy. The villain looks badass and sexy and they're not even revealing. Like they look good without being revealing.
You should pull up Storm's outfit. I think so Storm, they tried to make her look a little butch, but she still looks freaking amazing in
Okay.
Rivals.
That's a good idea because we're going to be talking about Storm next.
See, doesn't she look amazing? And she even has that weird side cut haircut, but that outfit's just freaking. It looks like armor.
Yeah, it's a intricate design. I would hate to have to pencil that every panel.
I'd hate to wear that. I'd be afraid of falling out, but still, it looks great on her.
I mean, for a video game, it's awesome.
Now, speaking of which, do you know who said she wants to play Storm in an upcoming in the
Oh
MCU?
no.
This
Uh,
chick.
oh.
No.
Yeah, nah. I'm cool.
In all honesty, I think Halle Berry did an amazing Storm.
Yeah. Well. Not that
Was
she did-
was
she did
Storm
pretty
written
good,
right?
but
No,
Yeah,
but she did do a good Storm.
She didn't have, even though she did good, best portrayal so far, but she doesn't have that presence that Storm should have.
Yeah, I know. Storm is like the original boss babe female, and they couldn't get her right. I find that
Even
funny.
even in a secondary position on screen, wherever she is, there should be some kind of air
Storm?
of authority and command to her.
Yeah, Storm kind of has like that Whitney Houston aura, where whenever Whitney Houston would walk in a room, you knew she was in charge.
Yeah.
Didn't matter if she was talking or not. She just had that performance presence.
Frederick and I were actually discussing this before the stream started. Yeah, I mentioned to him Angela Bassett. Whenever she was on screen, no matter what she did, she had that aura to her. She had that presence. There's something about her that commanded respect when she was performing. Whoever plays Storm should be able to bring that kind of aura with them, or else they have no business playing Storm.
Well, technically, Storm was the second in charge of the X-Men. The
Yeah.
X-Men live-action movies didn't portray that very well, but she was actually above Cyclops.
Yeah. Now, Halle Berry definitely looked the part. She looked the part dead on. No disagreement from me. But she never did bring that commanding presence.
Well, that's because of how Storm was written in the movies. in all
Probably.
honesty.
We all know she's got the chops to perform. So I would agree with you there.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Readout says, Kahuna, where are we? We're in the middle of nowhere. No echo.
Royce's "Where Do You Live" video. Out in the middle of a cornfield. I
Lance,
was
you have a great night, man. He's got a bail.
actually
You have a
wait
good
before
night.
he bails.
Thanks
Can
for
I show
coming in.
something? Before he bails,
Yeah.
can I show something? So I want you guys to see this.
If he
I
didn't
was.
bail already, I just saw the post.
Oh,
so
he might be gone.
he might still be here. Or he might not. We don't know yet.
I'm gonna do this. I want it on this one. Okay, I think
This
I
stream
got
is brought to you
this.
by a pony.
Yeah, I got it. So go ahead and share.
Oh, I expanded you to full screen. I didn't realize you were. I
Oh
got you.
no! I was trying to open up a screen share. I don't know if it did or not because I can't swap without.
It did.
Yay.
So this is actually commission Skunks did for me for the book.
Is that Herman the
Oh.
Minotaur?
No, that's Hunter the Minotaur.
Or Hunter? I mean Herman.
Yep, that is Hunter and Milak, the Lord of Rivers.
Something like a Lord Otter, perhaps.
I don't know about that. Yeah, actually. What Skunks actually did this as a commission for me. I wanted to show it during Comic Shop, but yeah, no, it turned out really badass.
Nice.
Yeah, it did. Hey, do you know if Comic Shop will be making a return anytime soon? Or
No, I think he's done with live streams, period.
Ah.
oh, really?
But no, this is just something I wanted to show off. So far I have 2 commissions. I'm gonna have a total of 1 from Skunks, 1 from Animated Moon. I'm gonna have a total of 5 and insert them randomly throughout the books where they obviously make sense. But I wanted to show this off since Skunks had it made for me.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. But do you see who's in the comments?
Is it Hunter?
That's Billy.
No, it
Oh,
is.
hey.
is Billy Bob Sack.
I remember that guy.
You finally made a return, huh?
And Readout says the Dark Lord is near.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt the Marvel talks. I just wanted to show that off since Skunks made it.
That's
It's a
pretty
nice
awesome.
piece of art.
I'm excited. It's eventually getting there.
Nice. So they're gonna be a 2025 release.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping if Fallout goes well. I had to rewrite one of my main characters and the end scene because of pacing issues. The character itself kind of threw everything through a loop. But the rewrite I think will strengthen the ending even better, and more importantly, keep the pace of the book without having to slow down because of a new intro character.
Gotcha.
You know how that goes, where you really, really fall in love with something, but you realize you're focusing too much on that something and it takes from the main plot.
No, I've never done that before.
So yeah, that's what it is. But we're getting there.
Nice. Can't wait. That's definitely become one hefty project over the years.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we're hit year 3 officially this month. So.
Yikes.
But at the same time, technically, this is the third rewrite. But this is okay. So I had my rep draft, and then I had the draft that people read, which I called my beta at the time. It turned out to be the alpha, and then this is all their notes and stuff going in for a complete rewrite. But after this, it's pretty much just one final little look through for any missed errors or changes because there's been such significant changes made. So we just got to make sure there isn't anything loopholes that we accidentally made with the changes, and
Gotcha.
it's done.
Nice.
Hello, Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, Christy.
Going through the stages of editing.
Yep.
So what does it mean to have an article of someone really wants to play Storm? Like, doesn't everyone really want to play a character?
Dude, Storm was my favorite X-Men. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't even realize she was a totally different race because that wasn't a big deal. To me, she was a badass leader. I mean, yes, she was.
She's a mutant like the rest of them.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't know she was a different race. I knew she was from Africa, but that didn't bother me as a kid. None of that shit bothered me. All I knew was she was a badass and she wasn't afraid to tell people when she was scared, which most people would view that as a weakness, but she often used it as a strength.
And the fact that she's easy on the eyes doesn't hurt either.
No. But like when she would have her panic attacks because she's claustrophobic from a childhood trauma, she would actually push through that and made her stronger at the end of one of, some of the comics. Because she would swallow her fear of her claustrophobia and put her people first, which is what a leader should do. It wasn't like she would walk around and complain about it and scream that she was a victim or anything like that. She just wasn't afraid to also admit, I do have this irrational fear for good reasons, but guess what? There's more important things that I got to worry about why I'm leading this group.
Yeah.
Hello, Edge.
The initial X-Men was really masterfully done when it came to group dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $6 million man.
No.
Edge.
No.
Edge! Or are you
So-
just now bionic?
Why yes, there, old buddy. I'm gonna go out and find Sasquatch. We're gonna right all the wrongs of the world together through our bionics.
So how's everyone's week?
We can rebuild him.
Yeah. Well, I've since moved up from a walker to a cane.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm going to try.
That's
I'm
good.
actually going to try and go in to work tomorrow.
Oh.
So, yeah, but I probably won't stay there. I'm going to see if I can actually sit down and work. It's like I'm sitting at my desk in my quote back office quote, but I can't sit here for like real long extended periods of time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, so I don't. Did you guys hear the whole story about the whole hip replacement thing?
No, I knew you were struggling there for a minute.
Yeah. So this thing has been one thing. It's been one thing after another. They gave me a time the day before the surgery to come in, and they told me the wrong time. I was supposed to show up at 7:15, and the surgery would start at 9:15. Well, no. I was supposed to come in at 5:15, and the surgery would start at 7:15. And they never
Oops.
bothered to call me. So I'm like,
Oh gosh.
I'm like washing, I'm like I got shampoo in my hair. My wife banging on the door. That was the nurse. Why aren't you there? They told me, So we got there, and as I got there, and once I got up on the gurney, it was like this NASCAR team just descended on me. I expected to hear, the hammer gun and all that other stuff.
Wow.
But they had me hooked up with an IV. They took all my vitals. They of course shaved me, and I was ready to go by exactly the time. So
The only thing I need to know is
Wow.
that they say we can rebuild him. We have the technology.
I did offer
Better,
to pay, I
faster,
did offer to pay them
stronger.
to say that, but they wouldn't. So, but anyways, and then
Hey.
when you come out, I came out, and they do give you something for the pain, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
Can you share?
Can I share your pain? Can I share?
Can you share
my
the
No, the pain
medication?
meds.
Huh?
It's called
Not-
drug-seeking behavior, my friend. Can
Yeah,
you
you
share
know
them?
what?
No.
You know what?
No.
They gave me drugs for the pain, and after a while, I just stopped taking them. They don't do anything. So, the first day, I was on the gurney, and she goes, "Do you want? They give you these deep shots, which goes right to the nerve. Because you want that for the pain?" I said, "Yeah," and so they gave me one, and boy, that was not fun. But
Really?
yeah, they
Well,
go.
shots never are.
Well, I mean, you're talking like 2-inch needle. These are not small shots.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want that kind of pain.
Yeah,
Would
So-
you want a gigantic instrument shoved into your back for the pain?
yeah, pretty much. So then, come to find out, I didn't actually need the nerve blocking. All I needed to do was just shift down the gurney. So I went through all of that for no reason. So we got home. Of course, I'm like, we managed to. My kid and the wife managed to get me inside the house, and the other thing is I had to get up on the pickup truck. So you got to step. Oh my God, that was yeah.
Suddenly,
So-
it seemed a lot higher than it used to.
Oh boy, was it ever! So, but we got me in, he got me out of the truck, got me in the house, and we got me up on the couch, and we figured out something. I had to put a pad underneath me to keep me at the right elevation. And when you come out of there, your leg and your hip they're swollen.
Oh.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, the walker that they gave me, the first day, because you're supposed to get up and around, which they did, and when you leave, before you leave, they take you up some steps. They show you how to get up steps and how to get down steps. So you get up and down steps. You learn how to walk with the walker. But anyway, so the first day, I could kind of fit in the walker, but the next day, I had swelled up so much that both my hips were hitting the walker, and it actually wasn't both my hips; it was just one hip. The other one's being offset by the one hip. So we had to use. I've been like sitting on ice packs since for over a month.
Wow.
Yeah, ice packs, putting it on my thigh. My thigh is almost back to normal. My hip is almost back to normal too. And actually, I've been feeling pretty good because I've been walking around without the walker and not realizing it. But,
all right.
But so that's the entire time they give you aspirin as a blood thinner. They give you antibiotics to prevent infection. And I mean, I can't. They want you to do nothing. Like even go get your teeth cleaned for like 4 months in the event that you don't get an infection. So I have to call my dentist now because I already rescheduled once because of this. And now I have to reschedule them all the way past into late March. So, and then they give you a nerve blocker to take, and they give you I forget what it was, OxyContin or something like that, and some other medication. And it's like I tried using those things, and they are just absolutely useless.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, when I started having something, I'd take one of them to take the edge off, and my wife would say, "Are you having nerve pain? You having general pain?" It's like, I don't know. It freaking hurts. Yes, it hurts. It hurts. It's pain. So
It's not like a computer with an error message,
yeah.
You can't
But
deal with
that's the other
physical
thing
pain.
too. They also give you a laxative because all those pain pills that make you constipated.
Oh.
You just plug in the ODB2 and
Yeah.
scan you for codes.
The more we know.
Actually, I worked on one of those systems. Anyways, so we got up and got around, and I had like in-home healthcare, and then I had some in-home healthcare, so somebody come and show me a bunch of exercises to do, and then of course Christmas happened, so we went away. We kind of went out of town and went to a house, kind of like a house near a place called Frankenmuth, which is just a tourist trap, but they got good chicken there. So we had Christmas away from the house.
Worth it.
And then we came back, and the physical therapist came in. We took a look at the wound, and the wound was kind of like it was like a little bit. It was still seeping because I got a bunch of stitches in the incision.
Well, I was reaching for a snack, but you just changed my mind.
Yeah. So at one point, I think it was last week, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, you got to have, or the doctor said, well, yeah, it's looking like all of your stitches have healed fine, but it's looking like you have to have 3 more stitches put in to support these 2 that have, I guess, busted. So last week I was sitting there getting 3 more stitches put. That was fun. Now I'm held together by 5 stitches and some steri strips, duct tape and stitches.
Duct
But yeah,
tape, it fixes everything.
but I mean, my leg is almost back to normal. My hip is almost back to normal. Matter of fact, today I was kind of walking around. I was sort of feeling kind of good. Usually like when I put this leg down on the ground, it kind of hurts, but it wasn't hurting so much today. So, and you get really stiff when you don't walk on stuff for a while. So
Christy just went through a surgery of her own. She got all her stitches out today.
yeah, lucky
Awesome.
you. So yeah, that's been my experience. This has not been fun. And if anybody ever tells you that, oh yeah, you're up and around in no time, no, they lie. They freaking lie. They lie like a dog. That's how much they lie.
Yeah, I think years ago my brother had knee surgery done, and he said if he knew how much it was going to hurt afterwards, even though he needed it, he wouldn't have done it.
I don't mind having the surgery, but it was the people. Everybody told me about how fast you get up and around. No, no. So
Some people seem to have borderline healing factors. That doesn't mean everybody can just jump up like Rip Van Winkle.
yeah. Well, I mean, they're fascinated. The physical therapist was fascinated about how well I was getting around. So that's usually a sign that I'm kind of ahead of the curve. But it's only been recently, like they actually think yesterday. Well, no, actually, it was today. Today, I was able to put my socks and shoes on by myself, and I can almost.
It almost amazes you how all of a sudden being able to do a simple act seems like a big deal, and like all of a sudden you're grateful to do something that's mundane.
And the other thing is I can't wash. I couldn't up till I think today. I couldn't wash both legs below the knee. So we got a big brush with a long handle, and I have to do that like that. But then my wife would have to wash my feet. Well, now I'm at the point where I can get 1.5 leg, and then the rest I get with the brush. So, but yeah, it's. I mean, I've picked up quite a bit in the last couple of days, but I mean, I haven't written it all. I've been getting my book ready to release. And speaking of which, see if I can find it here.
Is this the next part for Revenant?
Yep.
It was a couple weeks ago. I got the audiobook and listened to it while driving to work.
Oh wow! So you were the guy.
It was me. I need a clip of Jim Carrey walking out of the elevator in Liar Liar.
In all honesty, though, I'm glad to hear you're starting to get better, man.
Yeah,
I was kind of worried about you for a little bit there.
It is it's a I don't want to say it's a harrowing ordeal, but it is not fun.
No, it doesn't sound like fun.
And calling it what it is, you have been through a trauma.
Yes. Yeah, let me I'll tell you what. Here's what I'll do.
It has not been the same without your sarcasm spunk, that is for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I haven't been around. The next thing you know, Royce is no longer on Iron Age Knights.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I actually think the goat broke him.
Well, Daniel and Justin have got a plan. They're gonna try to do something with it.
Hang on, let me present here.
So what happened with Royce? I didn't hear about this story. I'm just hearing about it now.
Well, real quick, Stormcrow
Hey.
says hi to everybody. He says, sorry for the quiet on my end. My Discord account got hacked. Had to change everything. Good to see y'all. Good to see you, Crow.
Hey,
Yeah,
Crow.
Stormcrow.
Yeah, I noticed he wasn't doing the. I noticed he wasn't doing the Comic Shop Wednesdays lately. I didn't
Yeah.
know he was dropping off of Iron Age Nights.
He's stopping live streams for a while.
So I've shared I shared a screen cap. If you want to show it?
Yep, hang on, and boom. Oops, hang on. Let me fix that.
Ooh, I like
Oh,
that
nice.
cover.
Well, thank you.
That's
That was-
actually a really cool cover.
It's this Jason Robinson. It also goes by if you like hang out at like some of the other places I go, like the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition and Drawn and Quartered. He goes by the name Jiminy Cricket,
Huh?
and he's a nice guy, great guy. So kind of big comic he did something for Spawn once, but he's a professional illustrator.
Oh, nice.
So I gave him the concept, and he ran with it.
Nice.
So yes,
Nice.
you can. If you want the Kindle, you can start pre-ordering it. Or if you want, I still have to approve the book. But the book will be up there in a little bit. You're probably not going to. You probably don't want to pre-order anything till about February,
Okay.
because Amazon likes to jack me around because I don't do the books through Amazon. I do it through Ingram Spark.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I really liked your first one, so
Oh,
I
great!
can't wait.
So that's it, and I'll stop sharing now.
Well, it sounds like it was one hell of a journey, man. I'm sure you're ready to get back to writing when you can.
Yeah, in fact, I posted on X because John was talking about how much he got done today. John Douglas. I said I'm going to try that tomorrow. I think I'm going to try it tomorrow. I got a whiff of cigar the other day. It's like, oh, get a cigar.
Huh.
So I haven't had a cigar in over a month.
Ooh.
Wow.
Speaking of John Douglas, I've been hearing this. Everybody was like going off on some guy named Neil Gaiman. Today, I saw John did a video on that, so I thought, yeah, I'm going to find out what this is all about. I went to listen to it, but unfortunately, the little Bluetooth speaker that I have in my truck wasn't loud enough for me to hear what he was saying over the road noise. So I still don't know what the deal is with this guy. Do you guys know what's going on with this Neil Gaiman person?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Forgive my ignorance. I don't even know who he is.
Neil Gaiman is the creator of. You ever seen Good Omen on the
No.
Amazon? Good
I've heard
Omen.
of
How about the Sandman? The Sandman stuff.
Yeah, I seen it around.
Yeah. Well, he's the guy who created those, and he was touted as this next big, this great literary genius because I think they were both comic books, but whatever. And of course, now he's heralded as one of the best artists, this, that, and the other. Well, the guy's a perv, and he's into bondage and discipline and sadomasochism.
Ooh.
Yeah, and apparently the allegations are
See the sub?
that he sort of like imposed this
Oh.
on a couple of people. It's just allegations.
Impose.
Yeah.
How do you
And
impose that?
The details are pretty bad. So, yeah. So, but like I said, these are just allegations, but I think it's the New Yorker or New York Magazine or something like that is coming out with a deep dive. So,
Oh wow, okay. It's in the rag.
yeah, so and this guy is, one of those male feminist types, and he basically derided Larry Correia over some of Larry Correia's comments about not getting an award. And this is back, I think it's the Hugo Awards. And so Neil Gaiman had quite a few things to say about how Larry was a racist, and I think he might have called him a misogynist or something like that.
Oh, no,
So-
not that. Everybody's been called that nowadays.
Yeah, so guess what? Mr. Larry Correia is a misogynist. Kind of got a spotty history with women too, allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah, but I don't think you should discuss the details here. You probably get shut down. It's pretty bad.
Hey,
Okay.
read out.
Like I said, I was completely blind to this. I didn't know anything about it.
Wrangler, you got our message from Read Out.
Oh no, I'm here now.
He's in.
Oh, Read Out. I missed you, man.
I added
miss
him
you
at the
too,
same
man.
moment I saw the message popping.
Oh, I haven't seen anybody for 2 months. I've been a loser and a recluse, hiding because the holidays sucked me in, held me hostage. But I mean, anybody who's known me knows I disappear for about 2.5 months during and after Christmas. So it is what it is.
She travels to the realm of Shalar.
You know, it's starting to feel very real. That's for sure. It's getting there.
It's those holidays.
It is the holidays.
Well, the worst part with these holidays was both Christmas and New Year's, how the calendar landed out was on a Wednesday. So all the delivery schedules were screwed up.
Yep.
Yep, my internet's lagging on me again. Can you hear me okay?
It's because of the
Okay,
heavy
good.
subjects we're talking about. Can't handle the weight. It cannot handle the weight of your magnanimous presence.
You know, it's
it would be fun to hear Kahuna describe that right now.
Yeah, sure is big.
You'd put on the Trump voice, and
magnanimous.
you know he'd use the Trump voice with that word.
Neil gave me this. He's a prime example of an individual who has not cleaned his room. And even if you did go in to clean his room, I mean, you'd have to do a really, really thorough job because bodily fluids all over that place. I'm sure.
Oh, God.
I'm afraid to ask. Coming from Peter there.
And all that leather, if you don't take care of the leather, it starts to fall apart.
Hey, Bad Sauce.
Hey,
Beep,
that's
beep.
awesome. Beep beep.
My ride is here.
And then the stains, some of those stains, they don't come out all the way.
Yeah. So anyway, where's my screen share?
Anyway,
I think
Anyways.
I accidentally closed it. Let's see here. Okay. So anyway, this chick,
Oh God!
Ooh.
You gotta warn us before you put that
you,
on.
she wants this
Why
chick
does she-
really wants to
No.
play
No,
this chick.
No.
no,
please, no.
That chick's better.
Denied.
I want to know how we've gone from Halle Berry to her.
I don't know.
Yeah, no.
progress.
Ugh.
Seriously, she looks
The
like a
funny thing
bull
about
with
progress
the nose
is
hitch there.
An alligator.
Every time
or
they say
something?
progress, we go backwards.
Yeah.
What is it with her and the other chick holding hands during interviews?
They're supposed to play as lesbian couples.
Look,
Are-
I don't
are
want
they
to touch the
actually
wicked
playing?
crowd with a brown bass musket. I'm not going.
Look,
over there.
I've been married to my wife for 30 years. We don't hold hands.
I don't know. Hollywood, bro.
Dude, I don't hold hands either.
Well, I take that
Well,
back.
anyway.
We did hold hands. She had to actually lift me out of the seat.
That
So-
doesn't count.
I think it does.
Animation Overload says G.I. Jane.
That movie was BS.
Bassaw says it's called drugs. That's how we got there.
Probably.
Says the guy with the bat while wearing the crooked bike helmet.
Yeah, well, anyway, since we all pretty much unanimously agree this chick is not the right choice to play
No,
this chick.
No.
please God,
My
no.
question for the panel and everyone in the comments: who do you think should play Storm?
Not her.
Who would have that great Aurora Monroe presence on screen?
I
What do
don't know
y'all
that she's been born yet.
Right?
I mean, we had 3 X-Men movies, and 2 of them. I mean, I like the third, so I can't really, but two of them were really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally liked all three. Why are you going to crap on a Picasso?
Billy Bob Sachs accidentally hitting wrong buttons there. He boomered in the chat.
Why isn't Billy Bob on here?
I don't know. He's on here all the time. He can take a break once in a while.
No, it's Billy Bob.
He needed to wash his friend Geet ears.
That's right.
It takes
Huh.
all evening.
He's been scrubbing his ears vigorously.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Is there anyone you guys can think of that would be right to play this character?
I have been a little alienated by Hollywood to even keep track of.
Yeah,
what
like in this day and age, when it
actor.
comes to any established
I'm
character,
afraid
I'm
we
like,
all have.
nobody.
I'm in line at the grocery store. I see some celebrity on the cover of a magazine. I'm like, I have no idea who that is. None.
I
I almost think if somebody was to pick up the mantle, it would have to be a newcomer that hasn't ruined their characters.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they would have to
probably-
stay away from interviews and red carpets.
Yeah, somebody that has not been discovered by Hollywood.
And wants to keep their opinions to themselves about the next war.
Thanks,
Animation
animation.
Overload. Thanks for stopping in, man. You have a good night.
Night animation.
I don't
I
know.
almost-
Go
Yeah. No. Go for it.
No, go ahead.
I mean, there's that chick. Who was that chick in the Acolyte? She was doing the interviews. She had a kind of African nobility to her. I mean, I hate her in the interviews, but
I mean, your first problem was you said the Acolyte. and
Yeah,
anything
you
associated
turned me
with
off
that,
with
no.
Acolyte.
Yeah.
listen, I'm not up to date on actors right now.
You talking the main character? The main characters, the
no,
twins.
No, what are the? No, not the twins.
Oh,
What are
the
the older witches?
oh yeah. No, no.
No, this has got to be like a younger.
The younger lady.
Yeah.
I don't know. No actress comes to mind off the top of my head that's really impressed me,
Like
know
I
what?
said, I think they need to
This
go
is a-
with an all new person.
This is a great example of how life after legacy media is phenomenal. Oh, don't be wrong, there's a lot of shit in the world, but not having to worry about legacy media and the next established brand, it's nice.
Yeah.
Just that weight off your shoulders. Just like it's all dead. It's all burned to the ground.
So what
It's
you're
gone.
saying, read out, is she's going to be best played by AI?
No. I think if they find somebody, it's gonna be like like Gal Gadot, a former soldier who knows how to carry her own, who can command a presence, hot as hell, and still be able to play a very feminine role. That way, they don't have to smack you upside the head with "I'm the girl boss." I'm supposed to be a
No,
leader. I'm supposed to
that's-
know how to be a soldier.
No, I guarantee you that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to rip the femininity right out of her.
Well,
That's
she
going to want to do.
technically is a girl boss, right? I mean,
But she's a
But
girl
she's a
boss
good
done
girl boss.
right.
Who's the one who plays Michonne?
Plays
No,
who?
The Walking Dead.
I forget her name, but yeah, she might be able to pull it off. It's been a while since I've seen The Walking Dead, but from what I can remember of it.
Let me go look that up.
It's been so long. I remember there's two police guys, the one's kid and wife, and there's a bunch of other random people.
Yeah, that sounds like The Walking Dead.
It's Denai. Yeah, Denai Guria Okoi, whatever.
Sounds authentic.
so Storm in this next movie, is she going to be changing the weather through carbon credits, or
Maybe she's just really into like global warming and shit. Like,
they're gonna use that angle? Like, is it an X-Men movie or a Storm specific movie?
Here's one.
Storm.
I don't know if she's old enough. There's a couple of them. Zola Williams, she could easily play it. She's hot looking.
Can you pull up a picture, or can somebody pull up?
Let me bring it up.
Like, I'm not. The last news I've got from Hollywood is that it's on fire.
Yep.
Some of it.
Hang on, let me bring it up here real quick.
Well,
Appreciate
now that most of it is burned down, they think they may have some containment on it.
On Hollywood?
Yeah.
No, the fire.
Okay.
I mean, which one's the
Alright.
bigger threat, to be honest?
That's a good question.
Okay.
Well, at least they've been arresting the various arsonists, and then they let them go because they didn't commit anything yet.
So, Herman, were you pulling that picture up, or?
Yep.
Yeah, she's kind of cute.
Oh, yeah, she could pull it off. She
Yeah.
looks like her. Now, here's the real question. Can she act, or is she like most of the actresses now with only 2 facial expressions?
Actresses don't act. What are you talking about?
Yeah. They just wear tight clothes.
Yeah, I mean, let me go look up. Let me go look up IMDb. So, and she's actually African.
That makes it even more relevant.
She was in Black Panther, Wakanda Forever as Zola.
Now, in Africa, did she actually change the weather, like through dances and stuff?
She,
Hey, guilty.
What's
She's
up,
very guilty.
guilty?
Hey, guilty.
she's been in a bunch of movies. I don't know about Electric Future, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Avengers: Infinity War, Black Panther.
Oh, she's already a Marvel asset.
Yeah, she's
Ted.
a regular reoccurring character.
Ted 2. She could easily. I mean, she's not like a complete.
Yeah.
She could easily.
All she needs is a promotion.
Yeah, and she hasn't went off on anybody on X yet, so
Yeah.
that helps a lot.
Or, lit themselves on fire.
I think we're almost back to a time where celebrity commentary is going to be almost nothing again. The
Fingers
way
crossed.
it's stayed.
The way it was meant to be.
We may even be in a time beyond celebrity, period.
Now, maybe it's time to bring back MTV Celebrity Deathmatch.
But have it be real instead of
Girl Boss
animated.
Edition.
Like a cross between MMA and Celebrity Deathmatch.
You know, we used to do this thing where we would handle personal matters, particularly with politicians, in a matter known as dueling.
Do tell us of one such duel. I know you know of a couple.
I've heard
there's
of
a
dueling banjos.
There's a certain one, and involved our first Secretary of the Treasury, in fact, and Vice President candidates, and didn't go so well for that. Well, went well for one person, not for the other. And then they made a musical with a type of music I'm not particularly fond of, with a very obnoxious fan base.
Maybe that's how political disputes should be settled. Cage match.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yell
I was
spell.
afraid you were going to say musicals. Thank
Musicals.
God. Thank God.
Wow.
Cage match it is.
And it'll go on for 3 hours. Hours. And that was the first page of the omnibus bill.
Oh, jeez.
And just to make sure there's no mistakes, the referee will be Chuck Norris.
Dude, if we did the musicals thing, the power would move from Washington to Broadway.
Just give them all canes.
Yeah.
And let them tap dance it out.
Oh man, could you imagine trying to tap dance through an entire tax bill?
There's a certain instance
It's going to
of
be a
one.
marathon.
Was it a senator or a representative that ended up caning one of his fellows on the floor while they were discussing stuff?
Be right back.
1856. That was the Charles Sumner caning incident. That was a Civil War build-up event.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
basically what that boiled down to, Charles Sumner, he said he was a senator. He had said something about a relative of Representative Preston Brooks. Brooks represented South Carolina. Sumner, I think I want to say it was Massachusetts, and this was all about the slavery debate. Basically, Sumner said not too nice things about one of Brooks' relatives. Brooke got infuriated, stormed the Senate chamber, and when they were just about to go into recess, and just caned the crap out of Sumner.
You know, that's what you should do, Herman, with your cane. You should get an epic sword cane and just become a total badass.
Yeah.
I stalked tonight. Of course, over here it's all frickin' winter, so nobody's out. But I stalked tonight with my sword cane. I think the whole point of the hip replacement is to not have a cane. But
No, but it'd still be badass.
yeah, I got one that has 4 feet on it because I got
the fun ones.
Yeah, I'm a big boy. I need something
Try
to get
cane.
up and down.
We should make that a side-scrolling platform and video game where you're a congressman. You go through the different wings of the Capitol building and beating down opponents.
Or you know what I could do is, we could make the bottom, like it's got like 4 prongs on it, make the bottom a Gatling gun. So all I have to do is lift it up and flip a switch.
I had an idea.
You're gonna have
I had-
a lot of weight on the bottom of that cane, though.
I had a terrible idea like that called the Knights of Accessibility, and it's all just like the round table, except it's just different disabled people as knights.
I could have used a cane today. I ended up slipping on the ice.
What you need is a good pair of yak tracks.
Well, that's part of the reason why I got the 4-pronged one, because it has more surface area. But I got another one coming too. That's
Getting the collection going.
yeah. So, well, I mean, I'm getting old.
You should get
I
a
have a-
fancy cane and a matching pipe.
I have a feeling that this won't be the last time I use this. That and the
Truth.
walker.
I don't know. You might not make it to the next war.
Yeah, I have faith he'll make it to the next war.
A monocle and an ascot.
Nobody's
When
gonna go mess with
I'm going to tell you right now, if there's a war that's coming, by the time it's all done, there will be 2 survivors, me and the cockroaches.
That's the way I feel.
I'm actually in a war right now. I'm doing PvP.
The cockroaches are like, there are millions of us. And Herman's like, you count as one, shut up.
That only
We will
counts as
overrun
one.
you.
Yeah, apparently,
Nazi war right
guy-
there.
apparently, as the current administration is closing out stuff and everything, they're saying stuff, and I guess the FBI director informed us that there's Chinese sleeper cells in the country.
No, really?
It's
We
not
knew
like
that
we all
with
been
their
saying
open
that for almost a
border.
decade now, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's
right?
nothing. We got we know our politicians, some of them are Chinese infiltrated, but they won't
Yeah.
tell us which ones.
Well, not only that, but we also have all of the Tren de Aragua and all of the other illegal immigrant gangs from all over South America.
All right. Why can't I focus him? I'm having loading issues. You can't focus anyone.
All the South American research I'm doing, I have no cutaway clips of anything to do with South America. Figures.
Oh, it's South Texas now.
Yeah.
The Gulf of America. It's gonna be huge.
I don't think that's gonna fly, to be honest.
It's a joke. It's just to get a rise out of the mainstream, the legacy media, whatever you want to call them, and they took the bait, hook, line, and sinker.
I didn't hear anybody laughing. Yeah.
Well, he is looking at a number of things because, like, seriously looking at Canada, but then more likely Greenland because the northern hemisphere is opening, or the ice up there is opening up for sea passage.
It would make it the largest superpower on Earth.
Yep. But currently, the U.S. only has Alaska to try to protect that, and if we could get Greenland, we would have a bit more surface area for covering that.
Country.
Yeah, I think he's dead serious about Greenland.
Well, he talked about the last administration quite frequently.
And I also think he's dead serious about getting the Panama Canal back.
Yeah.
China.
In terms of the interest in the defense of the United States of America, should never have given up the Panama Canal.
Yeah,
I don't know why we did, to be honest.
because we had Jimmy Carter and
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Think of Biden.
Jimmy Carter was a hate America. America was nothing but bad, and he was a globalist. There wasn't a freaking third world tyrant this guy did not love.
So he was like Biden, basically.
He's also basically the dude who centralized our education system as well and created FEMA.
As well, I take that back. With the exception of the Shah of Iran, which he didn't like, and of course, look at what happened there.
What? Nothing bad happened in 1979. What are you talking about? Nothing happened.
Bad.
What was that 444 days thing? That was nothing.
I knew nothing about it at the time. I was 4 years old and I was dodging a tornado.
Yeah.
I grew up during that time.
I wasn't even in the country yet, in the continent.
Yeah, I wasn't even considered in existence at that time.
I was swimming.
Endlessly swimming.
Okay, everyone's got an alibi.
I was watching Challenge of the Super Friends. I think, was Casey Kasem the voice of Robin in that?
I don't know. I was watching the French version.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he's freaking, wasn't he Shaggy? He was Shaggy. There was a bunch of other
Shaggy, he was Cliff Jumper, he was Teletran 1. I'm pretty sure he was at least one of the Robin. He might have been every Hanna-Barbera Robin at that time. I don't know.
That's quite a roster of characters.
He did a lot of voice work. Frank Welker, still at it. He was the original voice of Freddy. And when Don Messick passed away, he took over the voice of Scooby.
Ruby.
I don't know if he ever did Astro. I mean, Scooby and Astro, they were both Don Messick.
Mm-hmm.
But one of Frank Welker's nicknames is the Voice God, and I mean, he's like, there's a little bit of his performance in almost everything. I mean, even if sometimes you just watch background voices or background sound effects, you'll see Frank Welker in there. But then when you watch, like Maji, you know this, the original Transformers, the movie, you read the credits, he's half the cast.
Yeah, he is literally half the cast. I finally died.
I can't tell who your allies are and who your enemies are.
Red is my allies. Blue is my enemies.
Oh, okay, that's not confusing.
Well, normally it's kind of glitched on my screen, but when you go into the war games, your outfits change colors. So you're all supposed to be color coded, but it glitched with me going in, so it didn't put outfits on everyone like it was supposed to.
Hang on, Mods, I'm sending you some backup. Here we go.
Yes.
It's the same old theme since 1916. Eeyore head, they're still fighting.
love that. I don't even know why they made it, but I love that.
I'm
So
glad
I,
they
uh,
did.
Art.
I looked up a random failed television show from cartoon from the 90s, and Frank Welker's in it. I was like,
What show was it?
Let me look it up. Pirates of Darkwater.
I
Oh,
vaguely heard of that.
Familiar.
that's actually one of Peter Collins' favorite shows. Even though it failed.
I watched the first couple
That was a fun
episodes
one.
because I somehow had them on VHS, and I didn't even know it was a show. I just watched them over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an episode of that. I'm like, this is pretty good, but I don't know what's going on. I guess it was meant to be serialized. And I'm like, I gotta catch this from the beginning and then start watching this, and then it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the ones with the symbols on their heads, those are my the green ones, obviously with the blue bars, are my team members. But like the red bar with the sun and those are the group leads, because there's like 24 in total. There's 6 per group, and then there's 24 in this like mass group. This is a war game, so it's technically 3 guilds in one fighting each other. It's just for fun. It's not like it's for anything at stakes or anything. But I'm a heal support, and so far I've gotten 3 kills, 8 assists, and that's not including all the peeps I've healed. So, but I've been hanging around the stone because I have a block stun that keeps them from taking the stone, because that's the objective of the war game.
So it's capture the flag.
Pretty much. Well, this one is, but there's different ones. But it's still, like I said, it's a grind to get to level 50. It's kind of like Final Fantasy one. But once you get there and get into like a guild with the gear that you need and stuff, it's actually a lot of fun. And unlike a lot of pay to play MMOs, stuff like that, this one you can play 100% free because you can earn the currency in game, and it's not like a terrible grind. So what it is I can extract some of these traits and stuff off the gear and sell them in the auction house, and that's how you get it. So for free to play, it's actually very, very easy to get up to max level without having to, well, not, I shouldn't say easy, but it is possible to get up to max capacity without ever having to spend anything in the game, which is rare for a game of this type.
Yeah, I'm well versed in massive multiplayers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played maybe 30 of them. I've got to end game on maybe 3.
Mm-hmm. And right now we're in between, so technically tier 2, which is the higher level dungeons, should be, oh, he made a mistake, he jumped on me. But tier 2 should be coming out soon, which is higher end game stuff. So the player base has gone down a little because they're bored and waiting in between. They got all the tier 1 gear and stuff, but the new content should be coming out pretty soon. It's out in Korea, which is its home server.
Korean MMOs, they're a breed of their own.
Yeah, they are.
Really big on the PvP over there. And the grind.
They do like the grind. It, like I said, this is a bit of a grind game. But it isn't an impossible grind game like some of those stupid cell phone games and stuff.
I've still been playing Nine Souls, and
Oh boy.
who is it a tough one? Now, at no point, like, I mean, you know how you get more powerful as you go along in those Metroidvanias?
Mm-hmm.
You do get more powerful in this, and you get better ways to take out the enemies, but it's very much a parry-focused combat system. It takes finesse.
Yeah.
At no point do you actually become a tank.
Oh no, I
So-
am a support tank. So I do block stuns. I have a shit ton of health, but I also offer heals to my group. Which healing in this game sucks.
And you do shit damage.
I do shit damage. I do shit damage. But at the same time, the buffs I offer keep my team alive and up their damage. So it makes up for it.
Yeah, in Nine Souls, traversing the area, oh, excuse me, can be a real hassle. But once you get the timing down to do parries against the different enemies, suddenly the world can become your playground once you get the timing. I have not gotten this timing, so it's weird. I can pick it up. The boss battles, they're difficult. But I'm able to play through it a couple times. I'm like, okay, I got it. I got the rhythm. I'm learning the dance here, and I can take down the bosses. But the multiple regular enemies that you come across just traversing an area, I can't seem to get the timing down for them, so I keep getting killed en route from one place to another while trying to explore, which is a bummer. Because the problem is mine. It's just I suck at the game. You know, what can I say? But I've watched some playthroughs where once they get that timing down, it's just a smooth and fluid dance as they move through the area. It's like, that looks like fun if only I can get that good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
A very well-made game.
I mean, so
And it's
for
always
somebody
fun to
that
point out
doesn't
that the indie studio who made the game pissed in the CCP's Wheaties.
Hey, that's always a fun.
Yeah, they're called Red Candle Studios from Taiwan.
But
I guess they made one of the villains in their previous game look like one of their political leaders, and the CCP got really pissed off about it.
that's funny. See, they're trying to capture it. I think they are going to capture it right here. Oh, nope, we killed him.
Guilty's asking the name of the game again.
This is Throne and Liberty. The only downer about this game that I really hate is their alliance system, because it causes a ton of drama among guilds. But, like, the guild I'm in, we don't really care about siege and all that. We just want a PvP. And since we stopped worrying about the whole alliance and who's stronger and all that, and just decided to become one massive kill squad and just to have fun, it's been a blast. But a lot of people got burnt out due to with the weird politics, because what it is this game's designed that you're supposed to be able to take a castle with an alliance of 4 different guilds, each with 70, but people have taken it way too serious and freaking no-life the game, and it's caused a shit ton of issues. But like I said, our guild said, screw that, we're done doing that shit, and just having fun with it. Which is the way the game was originally designed. They just freaking overcomplicated it.
That is actually a part of the MMO experience, is really kind of like the player base and the development of the game. It adds in this social aspect that can make the games pretty fun to play, you know? It's almost like you're carving out the game's history as you go.
And they have been doing a lot of quality change to life. Like I know console players, their loadout, their screen loadout, you see my moves at the bottom of the screen, look totally different on PC. They're going to be changing that soon. It's just PC has more button options than console does, so they had to change that.
Is this cross-platform?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I can see how that could be an issue.
Yeah, but they have been fixing it slowly. At the end of the month, console players should be able to have keyboard and mouse compatibility. It just, as of right now, they don't. So they are actively trying to improve the game as we speak.
So is this kind of game what they're referring to as a hero shooter?
No, this is not a first-person shooter at all, as you can tell.
Not first person, but hero shooter.
Maybe.
It's like Marvel Rivals is called a hero shooter, and they go in teams. One person's a healer, one person's a tank, one person's a...
Oh, I get what you're saying. Well, there's 1 tank, 1 healer, and 4 DPS per group.
What's DPS?
DPS, damage dealers.
Damage per second.
I am not a damage dealer. I'm a buff. I'm a buffer.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it.
I was about to say the whole term, but I decided to behave since I already swore once on the show today.
I don't even know what the whole term is. Do I want to know?
Buff bitch.
Oh, it's not so bad. Got to run through like with a glass cannon character, someone who deals massive damage but can't take much. So you got to sit there and like dance your way around and dodge everything and try and survive.
Well, see, and that's my job, is to keep the glass cannons alive. I'm not a pure healer, but I do offer AoE heals as well as shield support. So then that way they don't have to lessen their damage to stay alive. But war games, they're customized, so you could do it in different areas. This one, for some reason, was set up for 20 minutes. We're about halfway into it.
So at any point, are you able to pick up Herman's Gatling cane and really mow down the competition?
You could switch weapons out. It's just because it is a Korean grindy game. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort to switch weapons, but technically I have 2 different builds on this one character. I have a staff wand build, and then I have the wand sword and board. I wouldn't recommend having more than 3 weapons, just because it is a grind to get your skill masteries and your levels up. But at the start of the game, they even have a little training arena where you can try the different weapons and you pick the 2 that you want. It's just ideally, once you pick something, you might want to stick with it, so you don't have to do more of a grind to stick with it.
Can you get laser pistols?
No, not yet. But man, the spear class is the newest class that just came out. Dude, those are strong as hell.
That's probably something. If I actually knew how to make games and I made a game like this, I would make a hidden character you can unlock. You know, everyone's using swords, bow and arrow, magic, and then you unlock the secret character. Somebody unlocks it by accident, and he's going out there with Gatling guns and space lasers.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the.
I actually found that whole series on Blu-ray for like $20 on Amazon. The whole Duck Dodger series.
Oh, nice. I think the Jedi, or at least Force users, were kind of like that in Star Wars Galaxies. I think it was. You had to like level your character up to a certain point before you could magically figure out whether your character was Force sensitive or not. But then people complained, and so they just nerfed it and made it so that everybody could.
Oh yeah, that's Star Wars Galaxies, which they paved way to make room for the Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO instead, so they shut that one down.
Yep.
Hey, what's your midichlorian count?
Yeah, they kind of changed it from a sandbox RPG to just like a basic theme parkish RPG, which are 2 different things.
Well, I kind of like.
If I ever do get to make my game, I definitely want a sandbox mode.
I do like, with the exception of the spear class, because it's like the newest class. They accidentally came out a little broken in terms of overpowered, but I do like how no matter what your weapon combo is, the game tries really. The developers tried really hard to balance everything out. So, like, I'm a Templar, which is heal/tank. But because of that, my only stun is a sleep chance or a shield bash. So I can't just sit there and stun and stun and stun and just be this unkillable bashing machine. I do have points of weaknesses and strengths. I'm still really hard to kill, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've only died twice that whole thing.
Mod in a Klingon.
Yeah, exactly. But because I am a Templar, obviously I'm hanging around the stone, defending the stone.
So Maji,
Hmm.
you said Royce has done streaming for a while.
I think so, from the sounds of it.
So should I retire this or just set it aside for a bit? Comic Shop Wednesdays. Weekly live stream starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, hosted by Royce from A Drink with Crazy, where he goes over upcoming books, comics, games, and more. Link in the description.
I would just retire it.
Yeah.
He's focusing on short video format for now.
He's actually doing pretty good with that too. He's putting out videos pretty consistent.
He'll probably go back to live streams, but as of right now, because his live stream channel is just so small, I think he's done with that for now.
Yeah, and it can become quite exhausting.
Yeah.
And he was doing at least 2 a week. Sometimes he was doing more.
Yeah, but it was fun, especially when I went on there.
It was fun. It was a blast, but unfortunately he has a vision for his channel, and live streams were kind of
Not doing it.
yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't call it a
He's
vision.
got to
for
grow
his
the channel, or else there's no point in doing the live streams.
I wouldn't call it a vision for his channel. He found something that worked.
Yeah. That's probably it. I don't know the exact. I talked to him a little bit about it, but like I said, Daniel and Justin have a plan. They want to try to keep Iron Age Nights going. So we'll see what they do.
Is that the Friday night thing?
Yep, that is
Yep.
the Friday night thing.
Iron Age Nights.
Okay, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, no,
'cause
Daniel's
he just
taking
watched
over
it
that
last week. I
channel.
thought I didn't know he had stopped yet. Wasn't he on there just last week?
Yeah. He might be back. He might not. I don't know. But yeah.
Well, part of it
FLA
is
and-
I did think he was going to keep doing that. I didn't know he was stopping that one too.
Nah, he's given up his whole live stream channel to Daniel.
part of it's just been what YouTube has decided to show me. And so like if I remember it's Friday and I go and because that's one of the big things is I usually forget that it's Friday because I am no longer seeing any of the Friday relevant streams. Like the Friday Night Tights doesn't show up. The Iron Age night thing doesn't show up. I get none of that stuff. So unless I remember it's Friday, I don't see anything.
And then I did notice it was simulcast on Daniel's channel this last Friday.
Yeah.
The algorithm works in mysterious ways.
The algorithm works.
Well, like a broken clock. It's right twice a day.
It works for somebody.
Yeah.
The algorithm.
Basically. Like lately I've been in like the pits trying to resurrect some of my older videos, and I'm like, why aren't those ones doing so good? So lately I've been trying to do hard promoting that video, that one retracing history we did at the drive-in where we talked about twisters and interviewed
I
chasers.
actually liked that one when you were talking with the
It's one of my
chasers.
favorites I made. It was a fun experience. It was something different, and
It just doesn't quite fit your channel, though.
I think that's part of the problem. I think that's a lot of the problem, but also I was a little surprised. I'm like, it didn't take off well because they came out right when Twisters was coming out. So I'm like, you would have thought something with people looking up the movie would have made something happen. No, it's always a freaking train videos. I could go
Good thing
spend
you like
months,
trains.
all this research, go out to the battlefield, spend an hour plus video, heavy editing. We're all have all these eyewitness accounts. Maybe a few hundred people tune in. I make one video about a train. That's a train video. That's basically a slideshow. There they all are.
Well, there's a lot of train hobbyists. I know it doesn't look like it with trains, but there's a lot of train hobbyists, and because trains aren't very popular in the US, I bet you those videos just soar.
But I swear to you, if I would just decide I'm committing the train, we're just gonna do railroad history, I guarantee you, then it'll just disappear. It'll just peter out the viewership because it won't be the great train videos. I don't know. I don't know.
You should cover like the train accidents and stuff.
I actually did that back in the heyday of the channel. We were covering coal mines, some railroad accidents, like local tragedies and stuff. And they were in a documentary format. And it's over the years they've gained following. But the problem is people coming now that they watch those older videos, and then now I'm doing the retracing history.
Damn.
Which is on your next railway video, you could have me and Maji come in and tell you all about Astro Train. That doesn't do it for you. We'll move on to the Great Space Coaster.
That would work. I can make a endless plethora of railroad history videos, but I don't want to just talk about trains all day.
Are you sure you don't want to?
I was about to say,
the channel's called Readout Productions, which is a military term, so just But it has given me ideas about. I have a certain idea I've talked about before, a certain type of video I want to produce, which would be short videos that would be basically short biographies on local soldiers that are in my neck of the woods and just really highlight their service, their sacrifices. I thought initially about just doing it as a series, but I'm thinking I may just do it as a whole separate channel because it's going to be a very set format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
see where that
I'm
goes.
hoping sometime sooner or later, and during the first half of the year, I'm able to start actually making videos again. I'd like to do some more full spoiler coverage. I'd like to start doing some Ares Arena videos where I'm doing the versus battles between fictional indie characters. And I should probably start mixing them up at some point with more well-known characters as well, because that way it would draw more eyes on it and they would get to see who some of these indie characters are.
Yeah.
But versus videos are a lot of fun and a good way to start arguments.
This is true.
Arguments are good engagement, It's people love the drama.
As long as they're good natured. I don't want actual arguments starting up.
Sell all the Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'm with Guilty. I'm gonna miss Comic Shop, but at the same time, if it helps Royce,
But
it helps
at the
Royce.
same time,
He's been doing it
there's
a
a stream
while.
called Proof of Comics, and the next day there's a show called Comics Gate Commandos.
Mm-hmm.
That'll help scratch some of that itch. It's not quite the same thing, but hey, you're definitely getting comics involved.
Well, actually, what's interesting is Daniel's doing something that I thought Richard was doing, but somehow didn't quite work out. Let's see, do I have that website still? I might still have that website here. Yeah, I do. I posted the link in private chat. So for any book creator that's watching now, Wrangler's pulling up Daniel's new page. What he's doing is he's actually compiling, doesn't matter if it's Comicsgate, Iron Age, whatnot, he's compiling a website that takes all independent projects that submits to him, and he's putting them in alphabetical order so that people can find indie projects better.
Huh. Nifty.
So
and how
like
do you
there's
submit to?
I see the book
Just-
I'm reading.
Yeah, just DM him. But see, like here, he's got books, he's got Substack pages, he's got magazines, comics. So he's trying to actually categorize it so that people can find other independent projects all in one site. he started this during the Christmas break, so it's still got a long ways to go. But if you want in on it, all he says you have to do is just DM him with the info, and he'll put you in the categories.
You also have to provide him the secret sauce.
Secrets in the sauce.
But just thought you guys should know about it, because like I said, it is like brand new.
The Iron Sage, Daniel P. Riley.
Hey, is my stuff up there yet?
I don't know. Like I said, it's brand new, so
Yeah, there's the Lord Otter's book, but I'm not seeing yours, Hedge.
Ah,
but yeah, just all you guys want to do, if you like, I mentioned to James, I'm like, you might want to submit your website to him in a commercial or something, and so that he could at least get like a website page up or book link page or just different things. But yeah, it's just Iron Sage.
Yep, Guilty says he is looking forward to what Daniel's going to do. And I am putting the link in the chat to the Iron Sage page. The Iron Sage page. Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Kind of rolls off the tongue.
But yeah, no, just DM him with your info and he'll get it up. He even said that in Discord today. So
Yeah, I
Sweet.
think I just saw him post that link today.
I saw barely anything in Discord today. I didn't get home till like 6 o'clock. Then I started setting up for this.
mhm.
Yeah,
It was a nice interstate kind of drive day.
maybe it was Maji-chan pointing it out, and that's what I saw. But I ended up going into the announcements channel and saw that.
The only reason I was half aware of it is because Maji DM'd it to me earlier, but I was on the road when I glanced at it.
Yeah, Daniel and I had an appointment for the book and we kind of got talking and lost track of time. But
That can happen.
it happens. Yeah, actually, he's really professional and usually doesn't let it happen. But a lot happened over the weekend, so
It's called being human.
exactly. Daniel's very professional and he values each one of his clients' time. So
That's good.
Speaking of time, we are getting ready to wrap up here. So,
Oh wow, yep.
anything that anybody wants to cover before we move on to parting plugs?
buy my book.
yeah, buy Herman's book.
So you want to cover the parting plugs?
It's the most important plug.
Actually,
you must buy the book.
I did have a question for Herman, since
What?
I'm about ready to hit that stage. How did you design the covers for your books? Like, what made you think of what you needed? Because I know your books vary between Sorcerer's Stone and Revenant in the Tomb, different covers and cover styles.
Well, actually, the first one was by accident. I went to a cover design service, and I basically told them, I said, I tell you what I don't want. I don't want a character in the front behind it with a neon aura and a bunch of, fluffy stuff in the background. And I gave a bunch of motifs like a flaming sword, a mountain, blah, 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 blah. And they gave me two of them. They gave me a photorealistic one, and then they gave me the one that I chose. And once I chose that one, and I really liked it, I decided any additional thing with Hell Cedric is going to match that style.
No, I
So-
love that style. I was just curious how you ended up with it.
Yeah, so they gave me
Ironically,
two.
what you told them that you don't want pretty much well describes my cover.
So, well, I mean, if you take a look at all the covers out there, it always has the main character, and it's usually a woman, and it's got a glow behind them, and then it's got some sort of fantasy scene behind it. It's like, no, just I want something that sticks out and looks different from everything else, and that's exactly what they gave me.
That's awesome.
And it's simple. Also, the other thing too is it's simple.
That's what
I
helps.
have
It's
black-
very simplistic.
Black, white, red, done.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me an idea.
So
Yeah, I haven't
Herman,
even started to think about cover, but I was just curious how you came up with yours. I know how Wrangler came up with his. We kind of, I was poking fun at him one time about it.
but Herman, describe what you didn't want again.
It was a fantasy character, like a single character on the front and the center. Behind it, my website's there.
Oh,
okay.
that's on the Iron Sage.
I didn't want a main character with some sort of neon glow behind it, and then a fantasy scene behind it. You know, like a dark fantasy scene behind
So,
it.
so nothing like that.
No.
We were all thinking it.
That's actually not a bad cover. I'm talking. If you go take a look at some of those fantasy books, I mean, just go down through some of those fantasy books. They all have the same freaking cover. It's the main character. It's got some sort of neon glow behind them, and then it has some sort of fantasy scene in the background. And it's like, you don't stand out when you do that. You look like everybody else. Everybody else does the same exact thing. I want
See,
some-
you're okay, Wrangler, because you got a hat on it.
It wouldn't have fit your book anyway, though.
No. But, you know, well, no, it's not a single character. There's 3 characters there. So there.
Yeah, where is it? Hang on. But not that the second one is all that different. However, my artist really outdid himself. Let's see. Oh, I got to stop and restart on that share in order to switch.
Wasn't I giving you a
There
hard
we
time
go.
over the second book cover? Because you're like, I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Oh, hang on. Let me share this. I'll tell you exactly what I didn't want. Although this has a couple. But, hang on. Where's the frickin' share?
You can do it.
Just don't hit the leave studio button.
By the way, those are a lot of people assume those are cat eyes above them. They're not.
Archon, aren't they?
Nope, owl.
Yeah, cat's eyes don't look like that.
Woot, woot.
I saw the owl as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah. His
Especially because you got
character's-
the big owl eyebrows.
Hang on. Give me a second here. Let me move this guy over. Okay, so. What the? Oh, no, it's the wrong one. Okay, there we go. You see the, like the Delilah
Yeah.
marked Soul Fraud. Vampires don't suck.
Sad thing is, a lot of those, you're like, I bet you that was written by a woman.
Monster Mayhem.
Nothing against female writers. It's just those kind of covers all tend to be.
Yeah, Flameborn. It's the same. It's basically the same thing. It's the main character with a title, with some sort of glow behind them, and then some sort of fantasy scene. There's another one. Quicksilver. Main character, something behind it, and then a fantasy scene.
I've noticed this.
It's the same thing. Or then you get to these things that I don't even know what that means. So, and once upon a
That I've seen a lot lately. Some weird
Abstract art.
pattern, intricate design, and stylized font.
Here's another one. A study in drowning. Right there. Same character, glow around it, scene behind it. It's the same thing over and over and over
Seems
again.
to be a pattern. Yeah, I have to fully admit I pretty much did the same kind of thing. So I
And-
cannot deny that.
I mean, I did it. I did
But
something
these
similar.
look like
too.
they could be for like romance novels or something. These covers. Mine looks like video game box art.
But like with mine, with mine, number one, it's not elaborate, so it stands out, and it holds elements of what's actually in the book, and so it gives you kind of a question as to what it means. Like, what do these tentacles mean? If you take a look at my, you take a look at my new one. It's like, what do the tentacles mean?
Yeah,
Why
I thought they were tree roots at first, but then I noticed that they had suction cups.
Yeah, that was the actual artist, and I left it in there. But why is the tree alive on one side and dead on the other side? So
I noticed that right away, and I was like, "Ooh, that means something specific."
yeah, it's all representative of something.
Mhm.
So you'll just have to read the book to find out.
Having already been through the first part, you would think I'd have a clue what that meant, but I'm just drawing a blank. Something tells me you've already given me the clues to fill it in too, in the book.
Not going to tell you. Not spoilering anything.
Dang it! I like spoilers.
But yeah. So I mean, if you're going to do a cover, you want to keep the fantasy elements there. Like if you're going to do fantasy, you want to keep the fantasy elements there. The one thing you want to do is you want to try to separate your cover from what else is out there, because that's the thing that most easily catches the eye, and that catches the eye.
It certainly does. But I will tell you what sets mine apart from all the others that did the same thing. Mine has a potato gun.
True. No, I think you got a good cover. I don't see a lot like that.
Oh, I looked out with the artist. I told him what I wanted, and pretty much the way I described it, it would have been like the three of them posing for a picture, where he made it more dynamic and put Haley more in front, holding up the potato, and oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, got a little bit of wrong pipe going on.
And like, what is it, Ryan Williamson with his something recon, where he has like an Aztec warrior or an Aztec warrior goddess or something like that, and another guy with a freaking machine gun. I mean, that's a cool cover. And it tells you exactly, it tells you the elements of the story, tells you the elements of the story. It's different from everything else because it doesn't have like that whole fantasy scene going on behind it, and it stands out.
Yeah. But while we're on the subject, I do need to shout out my cover artist. That's Adrian DKC on Fiverr. That's who did both my covers. Hopefully, I finish the rest of them. Finish the rest of the books before he is no longer doing this work. So I have no idea how old he is or whatever. But one thing I've learned from watching others: so when you start a project, after a while, not everybody who was on the project is around for the later parts.
Yeah.
Like Captain Garrett ran into that problem with his audio narrator.
Well, you should get him to pre-draw all your covers for you, Wrangler.
It's not quite that simple. You need to know how many pages for thickness, dimensions, all that, and
Shoot,
It's not all that cheap. It's not all that cheap either.
No,
it's not at all.
Well, you
Well,
might
he
be
was
able
worth
to get your front and back covers done, and worry about the spine later.
The problem is you can't really. So I was asking Animated Moon about this because I want him to do my cover, but he can't really design a cover till you know the exact dimensions of the book, because if you do it freehand, it might not fit.
And sometimes you don't know. I haven't written the other books yet, so I don't know exactly what's in them, so I don't know what to be on the cover. The second book, the cover for that, I didn't have any idea what that was going to be until I was almost done with it. Because when you write, you have an idea, you have a beginning, you have an end in mind, and you just kind of make the rest up as you go along until you get to the end. So you don't really know what's going to be in there.
That seems like an advantage because all you have to do is look at the covers that he's pre-drawn and base your story around the cover.
Yeah, you don't, there's
I'm
no painting
completely
yourself into a
rewriting
corner
my
there,
ending
no.
right now after on the third draft, so I don't know. But I had pacing issues, so it needed to go through the rewrite.
I can't wait to finally read it. Maji, did you know my Schler story's up?
I know you told me about it, but I haven't read it yet.
Oh, I thought you read it a while ago.
Oh, I
Long
might
before
have.
it was up.
I know I read Otters.
Didn't Shalar originate from a Royce's stream?
Yes.
Yes, it did.
And it's still gonna get finished. I put way too much time and energy into this damn thing.
Yeah, I can understand.
As you're working on yours, you totally get it.
Oh yeah, I was like, especially year's end, it's like a huge marker. I was like, wait, I didn't get it done within the year. Oh my goodness, I gotta get my pace up. I gotta work a lot more faster. Let's go. So yeah, it takes time.
It does, but in all honesty, I didn't know what I was doing when I first started writing it. Like, if you were to read what I have now in my draft versus what it was originally there, it is a completely different story. I didn't know how to write. I had to go through, I went through Daniel's coaching, not so much for, okay, you need to do this, this, and this, but just so that I can recognize, oh, hey, I'm head hopping here. I change perspectives here. Probably not a good idea to do internal monologue when I've been writing external for so long. You know, it was much needed lessons. I didn't know how to write. I will say that firsthand. I didn't know how to write. So my first draft was actually not as bad as my Immortal, but it did sound like a bad fanfic.
Do you see into the flames?
I saw into the flames and changed the flames. I got rid of the flames. But, Wrangler's read some of what I had previous versus what I have now, and what I have now actually reads like a story.
Yes, before Daniel P. Riley, Maji couldn't spit past her chin. Now, she can spit all over her chin. She's got this.
Gross.
Yeah.
What? So that's what it is. I needed the lessons. I needed the time. It definitely needed the rewrite.
Speaking of cover design, I'd like to show off the one for my story that I released last month. If you could blow up my screen, Wrangler. It speaks
Sure.
for itself. The cover speaks for itself.
Why is it not popping?
Uh-oh.
Already hard.
Because I hit the wrong button, that's why.
That's usually what happens.
There we go.
Backwards too. I don't understand why it always pops up backwards. Is that just on my screen? Is that everybody's?
And punched his wife. The Adventures of Billy Bob.
That's
I read
right.
the story. He
Is it
does
in-
deliver on the promise of the premise.
Is it
Yeah.
in that order in the book?
Well, there's only one way to find out, and it's a particularly short story. Less than 2,000 words. You can read it in like a good 5 minutes, like a page and a half, as will be all of the Billy Bob adventures. I've currently written 5 of them. The next one is Billy Bob meets the Kung Fu Sasquatch. That's gonna be a good
Oh
one.
boy.
Man,
I'm
bear pig. Man, bear
That's
pig.
quite a title.
I'm not joking either. Like
Half
there's Kung
man,
Fu
half bear,
Sasquatch.
half pig.
Yeah. It says, and then after that is Billy Bob versus the Town of Skanks.
Why
You're
is
definitely
this
wanna read
sounding
that.
like a bunch
Oh,
of
gosh.
Ernest books about Billy Bob?
Well, I mean, there's only one way to find out. It's definitely not Ernest E, but you're gonna enjoy it. There's comedy, there's action, There's not really romance, but a lot of women get punched.
Sold.
The hell?
Especially in the town of Skanks, which would be his third installment.
I'm scared.
We have highbrow stories here on Weekly Wing It, ladies and gentlemen. We bring you only the best. This is cinema in text form.
So radio.
All right, so parting plugs. We're going to start off with Herman because your cover is on the screen as we speak.
Yeah, buy my book.
There it is, buy his book.
Yes, buy my book. It will be out March 3rd. Available for pre-orders, and I'm going to hopefully everything comes out with the book pretty soon. I'll be putting it up on my store, which you can get right from my website, which is www.hphunterwriter.com.
Nice.
Oh, Guilty mentioned he just noticed the sword design is different on each cover.
No, this is the same design as the first one, or as the second one. Sorry.
So the sword design does slightly differ from Tomb to Colt.
Yeah. So.
A little bit of a refinement evolution there.
Yep, but this one has a glow on it, to kind of separate it from the tree behind it. It kind of got lost, so we needed to put like some sort of aura around it.
Gotcha.
But it's not a neon aura.
All right. Let's see. Whoops. There we go. That's better. Okay, James.
Yes, I was just discussing the Billy Bob series. We'll have another one releasing soon while I work on some World Without End stuff. I'm talking to voice actors at the back end so that way we can produce more audio stories. And we got some fun stuff coming up that I hope you'll join us for because we're really expanding production on a lot of stuff. But we're also introducing other things like the Billy Bob stories, which are not World Without End related, but a hell of a lot of fun. And like I said, you can read them in no time, and you're going to want to reread them because they're hilarious. You can find out all of this at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com, including this short story, which has been my latest release. You can read for free. And as all my other ones come with a PDF, as does this one. So you have yourself a nice formatted PDF to read from.
Excellent. Yeah, I gave this a read the other day. Go check it out. It's a blast. All right, Readout.
Right now, it's a little bit quiet over here on Readout Productions. Very busy with, well, work and college work and, snow work. When it snows, you got to do that. So, yeah, very busy at the moment. So not a lot of time to go out and do videos, but we have a lovely back catalog. We have 90 free episodes of Retracing History thus far on the channel that you can watch. All sorts of different historic sites, individuals, and events that are discussed through 90 free episodes of Retracing History. And the 94th episode will premiere this Saturday.
You are always digging up the past, ain't you?
Yep.
All right, go check it out on his channel, Readout Productions. And are you doing anything with Heterochrome Media, now known as Fubar Digital Lounge?
We're gonna try this year because we didn't get to do much of anything, especially the latter half last year. I'm trying to think of ideas, but nothing's going on there at the moment. But hey, if you want to go to Fubar Digital Lounge, you can listen to me and Billy and the Lord Otter and Maji suffer for the wonders of My Immortal. It's all there.
My Immortal opened my eyes and told me I need writing lessons.
And you could also go through the Hunger Games trilogy with a select panel. We did actually cover each of the Hunger Games books on the Fubar Digital Lounge through last year. And then what stream was it? Was it the second or third book where it just evolved into a fight between Kahuna and Billy about Harry Potter? Like it just.
Know, but my still to this day, my favorite part of the whole thing was when Trippy made his cameo.
Yes, it was the greatest thing ever. I did.
Stay safe out there, Trip. The power grid needs you.
I had no idea how it was going to go. I just dropped him the link, and it was like dropping a firecracker in the middle of like a crowded theater. I don't think that was a good analogy, but we're here anyways.
All right. Raven.
Yeah, the New Year's been kind of slow, but really busy. And since he's not here tonight, I'm going to promote Steel and Stormbright from the Lord Otter. The Curse of the Star Race, I'm almost through with it, and hopefully we'll be getting done this month.
Sweet. But why is it not? Oh, there it is. Steel and Stormbright, The Curse of the Star Wraiths. An exciting sword and sorcery adventure about two brothers trying to make their way in a harsh world. Link in the description. All right. Maji.
Hi.
Hi.
That's about it for me.
All right.
I've talked a lot about my book tonight, so we're good. It's not ready to buy, so buy Herman's book instead.
All right. Frederick.
imakecomics.com. That'll take you to Retell Comic, where you can follow the making of this particular comic book. I'm penciling page 20 as we're talking here. I'm just about done, actually. Like, I'm done as the show's done, which is poetic. And yeah, it is quite a wild trip. My colorist is starting to do page 2 and 3 at the moment. Once I'm done with 24, I'm going to go back and do the inking. Then it'll be soon time to get started with the campaign and stuff. It's getting close. Interesting milestones. I'm pretty excited. Oh, and I've got a YouTube channel on where I do a show on Tuesdays at 8 Eastern called Proof of Comics.
Yep. And James, are you doing your show tomorrow night as well?
That I am. We will be going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock California time.
That's 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. It's going to be fun. We'll be. I think it's going to be an open conversation tomorrow. We'll see. But join us, World Without End lore on YouTube. Join the conversation with the Black Knight, R.H. Snow, and myself.
Yep. And then after that ends, a half hour later, you can hop over to Frederick's channel, where he starts up Proof of Comics, as he just spoke of. And then later that night, I think was it 9:30 they start? The Iron Seas.
The Iron Seas are.
Yeah. With
That
the ultimate
show's hilarious.
kahuna, A.C. Pritchard.
I'm
Evelyn
actually
Music.
surprised that one hasn't taken off, because that's entertaining as hell.
We
And
had Pritchard. We had AC Pritchard as a guest last week. If you want to check back log of the show.
yeah, he's got a comic coming up that looks pretty dang interesting.
With Oryx as the main character, drawn by Luke Stone. And he draws fast, so you know it's coming out soon.
Yeah. He is certainly a talent. They both are a talent, so I'm looking forward to I actually have that story in written form. So it's going to be interesting reading the book version and then jumping over and reading the
Oh,
comic
that's
version.
right. You have the source material.
Yes, I do. Anyway, you can find my stuff on Amazon, Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. Nice magic-fueled sci-fi adventure. Haley and Elizabeth are an absolute blast. You're going to love them. Also, you can check out on my Substack, Frequency Studios, where I have The New World Detectives, The Legend of Shalar. It takes place 6 months after Bad Kitty Haley's World, and it is available for free. So you might want to wait till after reading the second book, unless you don't care about spoilers, because there is some spoilerish stuff for book 2 in there. So go ahead, check that out. You can also follow me on the X Twitter, Blue Sky, Truth and Minds under Frequency Studios. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. If you enjoyed this presentation, hit the like, and if you didn't, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you next time, and God bless.
Bye.
Goodbye.
There. And to show stuff, we got the dancing picture up, crank up the music a bit, and then, we're all supposed to, like, talk to each other, like, fade into the background.
Like in the old talk shows they used to.
Yeah,
Just, you
when
cut the
up
mic
to
and then
game
zoom out.
shows or the TV talk shows, they're rolling the credits, but they show the hand gestures and stuff, the silhouettes to make it look like they're still talking.
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
scene.
the silhouettes. They cut the lights, but you'd see them talking.
It's like the
mic was
inverse.
cut.
We have giant neon light, and you could hear us entirely, but you
Yeah,
can't see
it's
us.
the exact.
Now I got to
opposite.
drink some more cranberry juice to get rid of that urinary infection.
So what we're seeing on screen is that Hedges' cells. Is that his blood is green now?
No, we're seeing.
Jewish space lasers.
That's what we're seeing. Have a great night, everybody.
Au revoir.
Night.
Good night.
See ya.